to my channel. If you're new, my name is Anne. Consider subscribing, smash that big red subscribe button. So today we'll be discussing about the life of Ibidun Ighodalo. You know, she was a former beauty queen, and unfortunately she passed away recently, about a few days ago. And you know, people are speculating maybe she passed away from cardiac arrest. Some people are saying, you know, she's too young to die. Of course, she's 39, and there's a lot of controversy or a lot of speculation, or should I say, Madam Kemi Oluloyo, she is raising speculation, she's raising controversy surrounding her death. And Kemi Oluloyo is insinuating that her death is not natural. She says Ibidun is her friend, Ibidun is ill, she was ill and healthy. You know, there's more to the death, maybe people are involved, they should check CCTV camera and, you know, do more investigation. She's actually demanding that she's not buried. She's asking for an autopsy. We'll be addressing what Kemi Oluloyo has said further down this video, but for now let us concentrate on the remarkable life, you know, Mrs. Ibidun Ighodalo lived when she was alive. The thing is this, when she was announced, the passing of her death was announced by various, it started from various celebrities, you know, other posts on social media. I was not really familiar with who she is and what she stood for, you know, but I have been blown away at the amount of positive comments, the amount of testimonies about this woman's life. She has touched people's lives in a way that they will not forget in a hurry. I mean, you don't need to cajole anyone to say anything positive about her. This is the difference between when you've lived a life of purpose, a life of impact. You know, when some Nigerian politicians die, they'll be forcing people to have empathy, to say good or nice things. But with the death of this woman, you don't need to force anybody. In fact, almost 100% of the comments on social media has been positive. You cannot find any negative things to say. But I will not be talking about Nigerian politicians. We'll be focusing on Mrs. Ibidun Ighodalo's life, how she has touched people's life, even though her stay on earth was very short. The amount, the outpour of love for this woman, I was thinking maybe it was just, you know, a church member, because she is married to Pastor Ighodalo of Trinity Church. I was just thinking maybe it was, you know, church member. But people that have come to pay their respect, they've been businessmen, they've been dignitaries, they've been politicians, and not just that, ordinary Nigerian men and women that are not even a church member, they are not associated to anything. I was so blown away that I had to research about her life so we can, you know, talk about it. She lived such an exemplary life that I feel that we can learn something about it. You know, she was an ex-beauty queen, and she touched, she had so much passion in her life. She had so much focus, so much empathy. She was a woman that lived in her truth. She stood in her truth. She shared the most taboo subjects in Nigeria. She shared about her struggle to conceive. It is very rare you would find, you know, people talking about this matter. She talked about how she tried, you know, IVF 11 times and they all failed. She talked about the emotional trauma. What I've heard about this IVF is that it is very, apart from the fact that it's expensive, the emotional trauma, the stress, because you are actually injecting yourself and the thing actually gives you an emotional roller coaster. So imagine she has done it 11 times, and there was a time she said, because I watched her interview on YouTube, and she mentioned the fact that I think she got pregnant at a point with twins and she miscarried. The fact that she was so truthful in this conversation that she's having. I mean, there are some women that will just, you know, maybe they're in their 50s, they've waited 10-15 years in their marriage to get pregnant. They will never come out to say IVF. You know, there'll be some women that would, you know, try surrogacy, and maybe they will go to America or travel abroad. They will come back with the baby, but they will never come out to say the truth that, oh, this is the process I went through. There's always this taboo about not having children biologically in Nigeria, and I admire the fact that she just said the truth. She just came forward. She did not whitewash it. She did not paint it. She just said it. She had 11 IVF and nothing worked. And the thing is this, she was also honest with how she adopted her children. A lot of women do not realize the blessing it is that you just get married and within 6 months you're pregnant. You know, women don't realize how much of a blessing it is. Some women actually struggle with conceiving children, and the thing is this, going through the process of trying to get pregnant in Nigeria, it can be such a daunting task because you're going through hell, and you're going through hell and high water to conceive in Nigeria, because there are some people, some people don't understand that constantly asking you, oh, when would you get pregnant, when you get, is not appropriate at all. There are some, in a country like Nigeria, there are some people that are actually womb watchers. Every 10 seconds, every 10 minutes, they'll be asking you, when will you get pregnant? Even though you have maybe 1 child or 2 children, they'll keep asking you, hey, when would that one get a younger one? Like, I can imagine her pain. People that don't know her story, people that don't know she's good, because she won't be announcing to everyone. People that don't know when she was going through the process of IVF, imagine them asking, when would you have your child, when would you get pregnant? Our honesty with the whole process of IVF and adoption, it's remarkable, especially as a Nigerian woman living in Nigeria. And with this pain, she had a foundation. She could understand other women's plight. She was going through in the process of going through IVF. She started a foundation for families who are struggling to conceive and they can't actually afford paying for this IVF. She was helping people pay for IVF, helping other women conceive while she was waiting on the Lord. When I heard that, when she was talking about that, to me, it is just an example of what it means to be a Christian, what it means to have a Christ life. It is when you are your brother's keepers, when you are your sister's keepers. Imagine her going through the pain of trying to conceive, and she's helping other women on this journey, giving them the financial support, giving them the spiritual support, when she herself is going through this struggle. I was absolutely blown away by this. She had the passion, the selflessness. It is very humbling seeing someone live like that, and I think it's an example of something we should emulate. When you're selfless, when you're your brother's keepers, when you don't have to wait till you have it, you're also pushing people to have it as well. It is so remarkable, and I admire how she was open about our adoption process. Like I said, it is something that is a bit hush. We don't talk about it. There's a taboo when you can't have biological children. It's something that we need to stop in Nigeria totally. She was very hopeful. She talked about she had 2 beautiful children, and I encourage us, we need to normalize adoption in Nigeria. And I was reading, in my process of reading about her, following about her story and her life, I was reading some comments on social media. Some unfortunate people were still debating whether the children were hers. I mean, how can we have a problem with adoption in Nigeria? How can a woman, she has adopted these children, she has raised them as her own, and when she died, you are still debating whether the children are really her. We need to start looking beyond the fact that, for a child to be yours, they have to have your blood. We need to look beyond that. There are some people that will, saying that the children is not my blood, why should I struggle for them, why should I strive for them? Or some people, when they want to insult children that are adopted into a family, they will say, oh, you're like a butterfly among birds. We need to stop that mentality. We need to move on mentally from the whole process of the taboo about talking about conceiving, talking about surrogacy, talking about IVF. You don't need to be hiding. I mean, you see people that clearly they had medical help, but they are so ashamed to talk about it. I mean, you see women in their 60s, people that are not. I'm not saying like it's compulsory for you to come and announce to the world I have IVF, but lying about it, saying, what I'm just against is that giving false impression like, oh, everything is a miracle, you didn't go to hospital, when clearly you had medical help. This woman was very open about that process. She did not hide anything, and if you needed help with conceiving, she was also providing financial assistance to people. And the fact that she even adopted children, she said it. I mean, we need to normalize it. No child is a bastard. Every child needs a home, every child needs adoption. I will keep encouraging it. Even if you have one child or you have 2 children, if you can afford it, if you are financially stable, you can afford to adopt another child, adopt it. If you go to orphanages in Nigeria, I've been to several orphanages, people don't adopt as much as we should. We need to, you know, assimilate these children into the society. Anyway, this during our final days, Ibidun Ighodalo was still helping people. She was helping people in coronavirus center, and her friends have even come to testify that even for her 40th, because she's supposed to be 40 very soon, for her 40th birthday, she said she didn't want a party, she didn't want anything. All she wanted to do was to impact 40 families. She wanted to help them conceive children. So this is such a woman that she was very, very selfless in her life. And we will now talk about the matter of Madam Kemi Oluloyo, you know, our very own investigative journalist. Kemi is saying that, you know, her death is shady, you know, she's demanding an autopsy, she's demanding an investigation. See, I understand that Ighodalo died very young. She died at only 39 years old. And the fact that Madam Kemi Oluloyo is trying to make this matter escalate is very, very dangerous. You know, the thing is this: we don't know our medical history. We don't even know our family's medical history. We don't know what is going on in her life behind in the private life. We don't know what's going on. We don't know the kind of ailments she might be going through. So Madam Kemi Oluloyo trying to start a controversy, because some people have started, you know, following this theory that, you know, something shady is going on. They are asking for seats because she died in an hotel in Port Harcourt. So they're asking for the hotel's CCTV. They're asking for autopsy. I feel that raising debt where there is none, it can be very dangerous, especially for the family, for the husband, because people have started to point accusing fingers, you know. And the thing is this, my own opinion is this: if our family member are not suspicious, our immediate family member, they don't suspect anything, I don't think it's within Madam Kemi Oluloyo's place to be demanding for an autopsy. Today is even her last, I think today is when she's being laid to rest. So I think Madam Kemi Oluloyo should be very, very careful. She should not allow people to be pointing accusatory fingers at the husband or the family members. Even the brother of Ibidun said that if she comes back to life again, she would want her to marry Pastor Ighodalo. So please, Madam Kemi Oluloyo should stop demanding things that she's not entitled to. She's not this woman's family member in any way. You know, I think we should just learn from Mrs. Ibidun's life. We should learn the exemplary life, the Christian life she had lived, and we should copy for it. You know, even during this lockdown, coronavirus lockdown, people are pouring in. Dignitaries are pouring, everybody, they are pouring in to pay our last respect. And the question we would ask ourselves is that, you know, when the day comes and you have to meet the Lord, what would you be remembered for? That is what we should be focusing on this story. Not every story needs a controversy. That's all I'm just saying. People should be careful with what you're saying, pointing accusatory finger. Anyway, this is where I'm going to end this video. This is where I'm going to stop. If you've enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new video. And like I always say, feel free to share this video on WhatsApp, feel free to share it on Facebook, share it to your family and friends so we can learn something from this woman's life. She had lived such a remarkable life, you know. And until next time, bye guys.